Hey guys, how's it going? So I have breaking news, and this is being reported by Lee Williams. LAPD stops enforcement of California's high-capacity magazine ban. And this is interesting. And if you guys want to see this article, including the excerpt from the letter that was sent out, check the link there down in the description. And shout out to all the California gun owners and Second Amendment advocates out there that watch this channel. Hang in there, guys. Now, this is crazy, and I'm looking at this right now. This news just broke within the last hour or two, while the House just passed a so-called assault weapons ban out of committee. So they're trying to ban, but then we have the Bruen case, and now there's something very interesting going on in California. I'm going to commentate on this article here. I'm not giving any legal advice whatsoever. And I'm not going to tell you guys how to live your lives. But all of you who live in the LAPD jurisdiction might want to take a look at this article. Very interesting stuff going on here. And I would note, high capacity magazine. This is the terms from the other side. These are not high capacity magazines. These are standard capacity magazines. But the so-called ban affects high capacity magazines, and this assault weapons ban, which that's a made up term, that affects the most common used firearms in America. We need to remember both of those. But check this out. The Los Angeles Police Department has stopped enforcing California's state law banning, quote, high capacity magazines, according to an internal LAPD email obtained by the Second Amendment Foundation's Investigative Journalism Project. This email was sent Wednesday, so this is just yesterday, morning to all LAPD personnel by Commander Ernest Eskridge, Assistant Commanding Officer for the department's Detective Bureau. Eskridge noted that on June 23rd, the United States Supreme Court vacated the ruling in Duncan v. Bonta and remanded the case back to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeal for further consideration in light of its recent decision in the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association v. Bruen. And I've noted on this channel many times, Bruen had way further reaching implications than just the case at hand. It was actually a very, very good case to protect the Second Amendment. It continues, because of this ruling, Eskridge said in the email, all sworn LAPD personnel shall not investigate, detain, or arrest anyone for possessing a magazine capable of holding more than 10 rounds unless they are already legally barred from possessing ammunition in the state. And click on this link down in the description if you guys want to read this yourself. But they have a copy of this email sent by the commander of the Detective Bureau of the LAPD. And it just goes through talking about the excerpt that I said earlier. And yeah, as far as I can tell, it looks legit. Lee Williams has been a good reporter. I've often cited his articles on this channel. It adds, there were 3 issues in Duncan v. Bonta, whether a law prohibiting law-abiding citizens from possessing magazines in common use violates the Second Amendment, and also whether confiscating legally obtained magazines violated the Fifth Amendment's takings clause, and whether the two-step approach the Ninth Circuit and other courts applied to Second Amendment cases is constitutional and meets Supreme Court precedent. I think all of those are very valid concerns, to say the least, don't you? In its Bruen decision, the Supreme Court held that the Second and 14th Amendments protect an individual's right to carry a handgun for self-defense outside the home, and that New York's, quote, special need requirement for a concealed carry permit violates those protections. It also ruled that the two-step rights balancing method by which many gun control laws have been upheld since Heller violates the Second Amendment. Please check back throughout the day for more on this breaking story, and if I hear more on this, I'll come back and let you guys know. One of the most important things Bruen said, just to summarize very briefly, is you have to look at the text of the United States Constitution if it's a federal law. You have to go back to the late 1800s when the 14th Amendment was written if it's going to be a state gun control law. And then you actually have to read the text of the Second Amendment. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. which by its literal reading, obviously, like duh, means all gun control is unconstitutional. And you would also have to look back to 1791 to see if the federal government had a gun control law that's comparable to whatever would be in effect now, which there were no gun controls comparable then. I believe it was 1868 when the 14th Amendment was written. So if it was a state law like California, they would have to see if there was something comparable to a 10-round magazine limit, high capacity, that's what they call it. Again, standard capacity. You would have to see if there was anything banning standard capacity magazines in 1868. So, very powerful precedent being set by the Supreme Court in the Bruin decision. Again, I'm not trying to tell you that you can run out right in front of an LAPD officer right now and show them your standard capacity 17-round mag for your Glock 17. I'm not here to give legal advice. I'm not here to tell you guys how to live your lives. I never do that. However, this could be some potential good news for those of you that are living in the LAPD jurisdiction. But I also think this should be encouragement to the whole country. And I know I have some California viewers, and most of you are not. But no matter what state you live in, the more we can see these draconian gun control laws crumble, the better it is going to be for all of these United States of America. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and have a good one.